Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Alicia. I own a crochet boutique called Astro Crochet, and today is another market. It is going to be at a pumpkin patch. It's called the Autumn Festival, at like a little barn ranch style. So we're going to be set up there. I did this event last year, except for it was their actual like pumpkin festival, and this one is called their autumn festival. But the pumpkin patch opens today and it'll be so fun and exciting. However, it is raining, so we will see how that goes. I wasn't for sure how to dress because it's going to be really hot after it stops raining, but it's really muddy. So I decided to wear jeans and sandals for right now, but I did pack my winter boots for setup, so that I don't get all like muddy and my pants don't get muddy. And then maybe after it dries out a little bit, I will maybe put on my sandals. I'm not 100% sure. Since it's raining and it'll be muddy, I packed my levee stand, pegboard, and 2 tables, but if it still continues raining, I won't be using my levee stand. I think that will just be too much of a risk factor for that. I'll lay the levees on the table, and I may only use 1 table instead of 2. I'm not 100% sure yet what I will do with the table. It's supposed to stop raining before the event starts and then just kind of be cloudy and overcast until this evening. But the event is from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. so I'm literally there all day long. I packed my lunch today, so you guys will be super proud of me. Let me show you. I borrowed my son's Sonic the Hedgehog lunchbox to use, and I packed my lunch. I packed water. I also have some new weights that I'm going to be trying. You're supposed to pack either sand or pebbles in it, but it also said that it could hold water bottles, and so I didn't have time to go get sand or pebbles because it arrived yesterday. So I just filled it up with water bottles. I have 6 water bottles in each leg weight supports, and then I also have a normal 45-pound weight for each leg, so I think that will be good. I get to stake the tent in the ground, so I think I'll be okay, honestly, for keeping it down in case it gets windy. I did bring my wall tents to keep the rain off of all of my items, which is kind of why I'm thinking maybe I should just do 1 table so that I'm more able to keep the items from not being wet or potentially muddy. So we will see how that goes, but let's go ahead and keep driving over to the market and I will show you the setup and everything like that. Okay, I got here. It's still raining. It's like sprinkling, so I'm hoping I can get to my spot and at least set up my tent before it starts pouring. But I'll definitely be wearing my boots, and I hope I don't get stuck because it is in a field. So cross your fingers. Okay, here is my setup that I think I'm going to do for the layout. It's changed just a little bit, but not much. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put on this 3-tier stand right now. I think I'm going to put all the Halloween stuff by me and make this like the spooky table. Okay, here is my booth, guys. I feel like it is a little bit overcrowded, but I don't have my levee stand because it was raining. So hopefully the people don't get too overwhelmed. I also put out my seasonal things that I still have left over to try to clear some out. But here is the overview of what it looks like. This guy has been in my whip bag forever, like his head. So last night I crocheted his little body and he turned out so cute. Which reminds me, I need to set out the fall version of him, but I'm gonna have to wait until maybe some of these go or I have a little bit more room. But he's ready. How cute is he? Okay guys, I am all set up and ready to go for the market. Thank goodness that it has stopped raining and has kind of cooled down. But I am really hot with the walls up. It makes it like almost suffocating hot because no wind can get in with the walls. So I don't know how long I will leave all 3 walls on, depending on how hot I get. I also think my socks and boots are not helping, so I may switch into sandals when I get back to my booth. But I'm really glad that I kind of did my hair. Like, I showered and blow dried, and then I just quickly went over the ends of my hair because I knew it was going to be up. And already with the humidity, it's already started to curl. Like, I have the most frizzy hair. It is not cute, guys, but I'm really excited to see how this market goes. I did set out a lot of seasonal items because I would like to clear that out of my bins and only focus on you know, Halloween, fall, and then upcoming Christmas. So I'm hoping today I can get some of that seasonal stuff sold, like the bitty auto octopus, the little flower bud girls. I can't remember what they're called. Some of the little bees. I don't have that many bees, and I didn't prep this week for bees. I have another market in 2 weeks, and so I'm gonna prep more of the small things then, like the bees and the little ghost and the bats and stuff. So we'll just see what happens, and I will try to vlog as much as I can for you today. Okay, I took off my winter boots and put on some sandals, and I'm feeling much better. It's funny how much just changing your shoes out of those boots will help you feel a little cooler, but winter boots are hot, guys. Brought this in. Everything else is fine. Just listening to the rain. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to snack and eat lunch because it's 11:45. I've had like other vendors walk my booth, but not actually shoppers. The parking lot seems full, but there's not anyone really walking around. So I'm just going to eat some lunch now, and we'll see how this event goes. I also brought things to work on, and I'm working on the adult twisted headband ear warmers. So I finished one, and I'm working on a second one. Today for lunch, I packed a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some chips and just some snack things. At least the rain stopped. See how it goes. Okay, I sold 2 snugglers. I sold the cow snuggler and the mallard snuggler, and then a little beanie. Okay, booth update. I've had a couple other sales today. I sold a mini ghost and the bitty cactus and the little like whimsy frog, but it doesn't have the flower whimsy, so it's kind of just like a grumpy frog. I sold those. It's still very slow. There's no one here. There's no one walking around shopping. And I got 3 of the adult headbands done. I got 2 of them in green and then 1 in the dark gray done. I could probably crochet more, but I'm having a headache and it's kind of hot, even though there's one here. Oh, I don't know. I may work on the mini ghost on the swing and see how that goes. But that is a booth update. Here's what we have left in the booth and what it looks like. Not much has changed. There's no one here, guys. There's no one walking around shopping. There's like a couple people that ride the trains, but like these kids that are getting ready to do the trains. Other than that, it's pretty empty. So it's been a quiet day. These little guys have gotten a lot of attention today from the people that have like walked up, but most of the people shopping are just vendors. Out of the 4 people that were here that shopped in my booth, 3 of them are vendors. So there they are. They look so cute. These little bitty guys make me so happy. They're just so sweet. I still have like 2 hours left, guys. I did pick up their apple cider donuts, and these are bomb. I sold one of these mouse, but in white. Look how cute she is with her little ballerina slippers. She's cute. But anyway, she sold in white. And I think I still have at least an hour or maybe 2 hours. Someone said that they thought we left at 6, but the event says from 10 to 7. And it's 5 o'clock now. So I'm just gonna kind of see if I can start putting some things away. Like I could probably take down this little tier shelf where it's not so noticeable and kind of start slowly packing things away so I'm ready to go when it's time to go. Okay, I took my booth down to a 1 table show. Here's what it looks like. And then just stacked everything right here. Hopefully we can leave within the next 30 minutes and don't have to stay another hour and a half. Cross my fingers. Hey guys, it is after the market. It's actually quite a little bit after the market. I always say that I'll check back in after the market, and then I just get so tired, and I need a couple days to recover. So let's talk about how this market went. Overall, it was a very slow market. So I told you at the beginning that it was raining and it was supposed to rain, and so I dressed for the rain weather, and it kind of rained off and on most of the morning. So when I got there, it was kind of pouring, and then I was able to get my tent up and it stopped raining. But then as I'm still setting up within the tent, it starts to rain again, and it's not sprinkling, but it's not pouring. It's just lightly raining. I got set up finally and it stopped raining, but then maybe 30 minutes into the market or 45 minutes into the market, it started to rain again. And so it did that off and on until probably 11:30. And by then it had been an hour and a half since the market had started. I actually didn't get my first sale until 2 o'clock. So by then I had been sitting for 5 hours without a sale. And it wasn't just me. There was nobody walking around to even shop. If there were people there for the pumpkin patch, and really there was just a serious handful of people. So maybe like 5 to 6 families that were actually there at the pumpkin patch. And then, you know, those people would leave and a couple more would kind of trickle in, but really they were just there for the pumpkin patch. And so my first sale was from a vendor. Total, I had 6 sales, but 2 of those sales were from the same person. So I really had 5 people come into my booth. I mean, other vendors came into my booth, but they were just kind of glimpsing to see what everyone else had. But so I officially had 5 shoppers. And 4 of those people were vendors, and only 1 was actually not a part of the vending at all. They were from the pumpkin patch. So only 1 customer was actually from the pumpkin patch. It made a very, very slow day. I mean, I sat and watched people play at the pumpkin patch or do the little ride. Nobody was walking by any of the vendors at all to shop, and I don't think that that has anything to do with the event necessarily. I think a lot of it is just from the weather. Whether people thought it was going to be muddy or something at the pumpkin patch, you know, I don't know. So I've done this event before, but I did it in October, and the sales were okay. Like, I came home, I think that day with $500, but it's literally an all-day thing. Like, you're there from 10 a.m. to like 6 or 7 p.m. and that does not include setup time. So I get there at 8, so it's like a 12-hour day, guys. 10 to 12-hour day, and for me, it's just not, I can't do that and be away from family. So let's go ahead and talk about the overall purchases, which I think I did during the video, but I'll display pictures here for you and the price that I charged for them. I sold 1 cow snuggler for $46, 1 mallard snuggler for $40, 2 of the hatching chicks for $18, 1 toddler velvet beanie for $35. I sold the Brie Fable mouse for $28. I sold the frog without the daisy for $18. I sold the 1 bitty cactus for $16 and 1 mini ghost for $10. So my total gross sales that I collected was $229 for the day, and with sales tax, I collected $247.87. So it was a very, very slow day. And I think a lot of it was honestly just the weather. But I was talking to someone else, a vendor who always comes, and I asked her, does this happen often? Especially because, like, this was my first time doing it in September, and last year it was my first time doing it in October. And she said that the event kind of depends off and on. If it's bad weather, it's probably going to be a pretty slow day and not many people come out, but sometimes it's also a really good event. And so it's just kind of hit and miss. And so that conversation led me to determining that I will not be doing the events again at this location, because it's such a long time. It's 10 to 12 hours long, away from my family, and me not knowing if it's going to be a good event or not. I just can't take the risk. Like, that Saturday, I could have been home with my boys. Mia had cheer in another town, so I could have been there supporting her with cheerleading. Instead, she had to take a ride with her coach. And yeah, being a busy mom of 4, I need the event to be pretty successful. And since this is not my first time doing it, and the second time I did the event for 10 hours and I came home with $500, I've had shorter amount of time of events that I make more money at than an all-day thing. So I think next year I'm going to try a different event. I know that there's another fall one that was happening at the same time as this one in a little bit closer town, so I may try to do that one for the first time. But I just want to be honest with you guys about the event and this market journey. You don't know what it's going to be like. You're hopeful that it's successful. And if you are seeing that you've done this show for a couple times and it's not the turnout that you want it to be, it's okay to not do that event. It's okay to find something else, especially if you're a working mom and you're doing this on the side. And like, that's time that you could be with your babies. So that's how I'm kind of feeling right now. And I think that's okay to feel like that. I was disappointed that it was another very slow show away from my babies. And you know, my husband has 2 days off, and Saturdays are the days of my markets, and that's one of his days off. And so that's a day of me leaving and him taking care of the kids and trying to get everyone to their activities and stuff. And so on days when it's really slow like that, I feel very guilty for leaving, even though obviously I didn't know how the show was going to turn out. But I just feel guilty doing that when it's one of his only days off, and then I'm essentially just sitting there when I could be home helping and stuff like that. So that's just my train of thinking, and just sharing with you guys how it is currently right now. I have 2 weeks off until my next market. The next market is an apple festival. I did this last year. It was another very good show. I'm not in the same location as I was last year, so we'll see how this goes. Last year I was right by the kid fun zone, and so that was really nice. And this year I'm at the very beginning of the entrance, and this show is over 800 vendors, multiple blocks of vendor tents and things going on. So crossing my fingers that it'll be a better market. But honestly, even though I had like, let's be real for a second, even though I had 2 slow markets and a fairly good market, I calculated up my total for my September goals, and here's what I came across. Let me find the page. Okay, I calculated up everything that I made from my shows, along with what I made on Etsy so far for September, because September is not over yet, and so far what I collected from YouTube, which again, YouTube is not over yet. So since I calculated this, I've made another $40 off of YouTube, plus custom orders that I had just from Square. So when I calculated this, I had, I got $1,400 for my shows. On Etsy so far, I had $116.86, which has bumped up because I've had a couple of sales since then. On YouTube, I had, at the time, I had gotten $211.21, which has bumped up since then. And my custom orders was $106. So my grand total from that was $1,834.07. And honestly, that is the exact same paycheck I would have been walking away if I was teaching. Like, that's one of the reasons we quit teaching and we decided to stay home, was because my paycheck was the same amount as it was to pay for daycare for 3 boys in 2 different locations. So I had, our 2 littles were with my best friend who does in-home daycare at her house, and then my oldest son was at a different daycare. And so between all 3 boys being in a daycare, and, you know, insurance taken out and everything for health insurance, I came home with about $1,800 every month, because you get paid once a month. So I am still making over the amount of money I would be making if I was teaching. And I think that's the reality, is that some shows are pretty slow, you know, but I'm still making the same amount of money as I would if I was teaching. And that makes my heart feel so happy, is that I can stay home with my littles and take care of them and do this on the side, or whenever I have time to crochet, and I can still bring in income for my family. And so a lot of that is a big thanks to you guys for sitting down and watching these videos and supporting me, because yeah, this month alone, now that I've updated it, I've made just a little over $250 off of YouTube, which doesn't seem like a crazy amount of money, but that's $250 that I didn't have. That pays for my groceries, that pays for, I don't know, my daughter needing something for school, or Mason needing something for school now. But even still, like, that amount of money is so helpful for my family. And it's just really nice that I am able to stay home and take care of my littles while doing this on the side. And it's just really nice. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will keep you updated with how the next market goes, and crossing my fingers that it's much better, but sometimes you have to have the slow markets in between the successful markets. It's not always a win. The next 2 weeks I'll be doing a week in my vlog to show you what I'm prepping for the next 2 weeks for the big show. And then I hope to have another video out next week with my favorite Halloween patterns that I've crocheted so far. So be on the lookout for that one. I hope to have it done for you guys next Tuesday, because next Tuesday is October 1st, and I think that would be such a fun little video for you guys to watch. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye, guys.